All right, children, let us continue the amazing story of King David. David is amazing, and the Israelites are going to war with the Philistines because just like today we got wars going on, they had wars back then. Humanity just fights each other, and that's what happens. And so he goes out and he brings food to his brothers because instead of having the army supply the food, the families provided food for the soldiers. And so he goes out there and his brothers are like, "What did you come out here for? Did you come just to watch a battle?" And David says, "No, I came to bring you food," right? And he says, "Who is this guy?" Because there's this big man that comes out and, well, he scares everybody because this big man is like 9 foot tall, and next to me that'd be like, wow. So it's huge. This man is huge, and he comes out and he says, "Bring me your finest champion and we will fight, and whoever wins, that country wins." So it'd be like today if the United States just sent out our best fighter against somebody from, I don't know, Luxembourg, Kazakhstan, Sri Lanka, and you just had those two of the greatest fighters fight, and instead of having a huge war, you just had those two champions fight. And so that is what they were doing, but no one wanted to fight Goliath because Goliath was huge. Now, did you know Israel has their own giant? His name's King Saul. King Saul is head and shoulders over everybody else. Saul is a warrior, so it should be the king, the God's own anointed, should be the one that goes out and fights Goliath, right? But Saul won't do it. Some people say Saul's pretty old at this point. I don't know. But what I do know is this little guy, it says a boy, says, "I'll take him on because I believe in God." And David goes before King Saul, and King Saul's like, "You're too small." David says, No, you don't get it. I defended the sheep, and there are bears that come, and I took those bears out. And there were lions that came, and I killed the lion. And just like I killed those, God will hand over this Philistine. And so David goes down to the babbling brook and picks up 5 smooth stones because he uses a slingshot. And he goes out to the battlefield down in the valley with Goliath. And Goliath says, "What do you think I am, a dog? And you're going to beat me with sticks?" And he starts trash talking. And I love a good trash talking. It's like my favorite part of professional wrestling is when they just jabber back and forth and they make fun of each other. And that's what Goliath is doing. And David responds, "You might come with me with a javelin or a spear or a sword, and you might be 10 feet tall." But he's not. He's like 9'6", something like that. He's huge. He's over 9 feet tall. But David says, "You come at me with all these things that are physical, but I'm going to come at you with the power of God, the living God. And the living God has given you over into our hands." And you know what happens? David gets that slingshot going, throws it up there, hits him right here, and Goliath topples over. How embarrassing would it be if you're the greatest fighter in your entire country and a little boy is able to defeat you? But it doesn't end there, because David runs over, gets Goliath's sword, and chops off his head. And he kills Goliath. And the Israelites have a great victory that day. It is just amazing. See, we have a lot of these David and Goliath stories where the little takes on the giant and they win. In your life, you're going to have a lot of David and Goliath scenarios. Sometimes you're going to be Goliath, sometimes you're going to be David. And so what you have to do is, no matter if you're the big one in the situation or the little one in the situation, you have to trust in God. If you're the big one, trust in God and don't be mean like Goliath. Be generous and loving and caring. If you're the small one and you're going up against a big challenge, trust in God, because God will take care of you always. Even when you're staring that huge, hairy problem in the eyes, God will deliver you, because God loves you. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You are amazing. You are God's plan. Always remember that, and remember tonight is Wednesday, and so you're going to have Bible class at 7 o'clock right here at the Eastwood Church of Christ, 2500 North Plum. You guys are amazing. Remember, obey your parents. And if you stuck with me this long, please leave a like and a comment, a share. Tell me what you learned. Tell me who you're going to share this video with, because you guys are amazing. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.